Good morning. This is Sue from Yoga Hasta, and we're on my back porch. It's a lovely summer day. I wanted to remind you this practice is going to be mostly on the mat, a little bit of standing towards the end, but especially in the summer, don't forget to have your water bottle close by. And for this practice, you'll need one block or a can or something that could be used at this level to do a wide-legged forward fold. Okay, let's get started. Okay, close your gaze. Have your hands at your side and just relax and follow the breath in and out. Now let's add a pause. After you've inhaled, pause just a second and then let the breath out. And one more breath in and out. And then open your gaze. You may have noticed I have a bolster underneath my hips, and that's to try to get my knees a little bit down towards the mat. Okay, we're going to start with our eyes this morning. You do have muscles in your eyes also. So we're going to go back and forth. We're going to look to the left and then look to the right. And we're going to continue that. Try not to move your head, just your eyes and the muscles of your eyes. And then come to the center. Now we're going to look up and down with just our eyes. And of course, go at your own pace. And throughout the practice, if I do anything that causes you pain or a lot of discomfort, just don't do it. Go into a child's pose or something that is comfortable for your body. And then come to the middle. And let's get some friction in between our palms. And then we're going to put the palms over our eyes. And feel that warmth. Relax the muscles that we've just activated. And then bring your hands down. Okay, take your chin to your chest. And then gaze up at the sky. I like practicing out here because as I raise my head up, the trees and all the branches are up there, and this morning the light is just beautiful, shining on those leaves. And then bring your head to the center, and we're going to roll it first to the right and then to the left. And one more to the right and then to the left. And then come to the middle and gaze forward. All right, take the fingertips of your left hand and reach down, and then reach that opposite arm up. Take a few breaths. And then bring that right arm down. Bring the left arm up. Also stretch the fingers while the fingers in the hand are up there. And let's do one more each side. So my left hand's going to come down, right hand up. Stretch those fingers. You can wiggle them a little bit. And then one more. Left hand up. Stretch those fingers, wiggle them. And then come to neutral in the center of your mat. Okay, we're going to do a few cat-cows. So start with a straight back, and we're going to exhale, inhale right now. And then exhale that C curve with your back. And then slide your hands back towards your body. Look up, arch the back a little bit. And let's flow back and forth like that a few times. Remembering never to hold the breath. Sometimes I do, I don't even realize it. And then when I realize I'm holding the breath, of course, I start breathing again. Of course, I want to remind you that yoga is about movement with the breath. That's what it's all about, as well as calming your mind with some sort of meditation. And one more down, and come back up. Okay. All right, we're going to do cow face, which is, we'll do it in 2 levels. The first level, we're going to bring our arms up, and then pat yourself on the back with that right arm. Use your left arm to just gently rest on your elbow. You might want to push down just a little bit. Be gentle. And then we're going to go to the second level. Let's take a breath in between. And now that right arm still comes down on our back, and the left arm comes behind us, trying to reach up to that right arm. You don't have to touch your fingers. A lot of people can't. I can't right now. And this is my good side. And feel that stretch in both of your arms. And then release it. Bring the arms up. It's time for the left hand to go down on your back. And then the right hand is going to push just a little bit on that elbow. And then bring both arms up. Stretch, take a breath. And bring that left hand down on your back. Right hand goes behind you, trying to reach that left hand. And breathe into the stretch. in and out. And then let the arms come down, bring them up, reach toward the sky. And this time, as the arms come down, we're going to rotate to our right for a twist. You might want to hold on to that knee with your left hand. Right hand is behind you. And gaze up. And then let the chin come down. And gaze up. Chin down. You might feel some of the muscles of your neck that we haven't worked out yet. And then bring your head to neutral. And we're going to untwist the body, come to the middle. Big inhale, and in our exhale, we're going to come down, twist to the other side. And gaze up. And back down. And up. And back down. And then come to neutral. Untwist your body. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to your side. Okay, there's our warm up. We're going to come down to our hands and knees on the mat. And I'm going to push my bolster to the side. I'm going to be using that for Shavasana, and we'll talk about that a little later. But right now we're on our hands and knees, and we're going to warm up our hips by leaning forward and doing some hip rotations to the right. Continuing to breathe, of course. Try to make as large a circle as you can with your hips. And then pause, and let's go the opposite way to the left and all the way around in a circle. And then stopping in tabletop. I'm going to have to move my bolster a little bit to the back. Okay, make sure you're all the way on your mat. You're going to come down to your tummy, and we're going to settle into Sphinx pose. Our forearms are holding us up. Our feet are flat on the mat and looking, gaze is straight ahead. And take a few breaths. Now we're going to switch it up. I want you to rotate your neck around and try to have your gaze on your heels in back of you. And then the neck comes forward, and we're going to go the other way to the left. And let's flow back and forth. Doing a little back bend while we're moving our neck. Now this time we're going to stretch our right arm out to the left at a diagonal. Bring it back. Stretch the left arm out. Keep breathing. And one more each arm. And then tuck your toes a little bit, push with your knees and your hands, and bring yourself, after you flatten your feet, bring yourself into a child's pose. Now we're going to be flowing from child's pose into cobra. So I'm going to push forward, straighten my legs, and come up into cobra. Your arms don't need to be straight. This is just a fine cobra. You're still getting the stretch in your spine. And then we're going to come back into child's pose. And flowing back and forth. Just go at your own pace. And let's do just 2 more. And back, relax into child's. And come forward one last time into cobra. And this time we're going to come back to tabletop. Sway back and forth just a little bit. Okay, we're going to be coming down into puppy pose. Kind of a down dog, but on your knees. And so leave your hips stacked above your knees and walk your arms out, bringing the head down, the arms out in front. You can rest on your elbows too. Good stretch for your back. And then push up with your arms. We're going to stand on our knees for right now. Bring your arms up. And another little arch with your back. And then we're going to come down to tabletop and puppy pose again. Walking the hands out, bringing the head down. And then settling onto our tummy once again. Okay, hope you're feeling okay. We've got a few more things to do down here on the mat. But right now we're in Sphinx again, so just settle in, look straight ahead. Take a couple of breaths. Now the next pose we're going to do is really good for our strengthening our back. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. So bring your arms forward. You're going to settle your chest down. Your feet are flat behind you. Tops of your feet flat. And bring your head down. Now when we come up, our head's going to come up. And one arm is going to come up. A modified locust. come back down. Chest up, other arm up. And exhale down. And now both arms are going to come up and come back down. Let's do that again. One arm up and back down. Other arm up and back down. And both arms up and down. Make a little pillow with your head. Rest for just a moment. And continuing our locust, let's put our arms beside us and then bring our chest up and down. One more time, just the chest and back down. The next time the chest comes up, let's bring one of our legs up and back down. Does not matter how high your leg comes up. You're still doing good things with your back. Let's alternate legs. One more. And then make a little pillow with your hands. Rest for just a few breaths right here. And then we're going to raise our head, come over on your side. Okay, your forearm is right there to support you, and your legs are straight. Okay, let's just breathe here for a minute. We're going to eventually come into side plank. So when you're ready, raise that top leg up. You can hold it up there with your hand if you like. Flex your foot and point your foot. Feel that stretch on your leg. And then bring it down. We're going to do that again. Bring the leg up when you're ready. You can help it up with your hand or not use your hand. And this time when we bring it down, we're going to make like a little kickstand in front of us as we come up into a modified plank. For the plank, we're going to press on our hand, bring our hips up, and you can use your other hand to support you also, or you can bring that arm up. And now you're in side plank. And come down. We're not going to hold that too long. Let's bring our leg back up. Got some geese going by. And bring that leg back down. We're going to come back up into side plank when you're ready. And back down. And push yourself up to seated on your way to your other side. So I just did my right side. We're going to do the left. And get yourself situated with straight legs. And when you're ready, bring that leg up. And do a little point and flex with your foot. And then when you're ready, put that leg in front of you, getting ready for side plank on this side. Make yourself comfortable and push up. And if you like, bring that arm up. And then bring the arm down, bring the hips down. And let's bring our foot and our leg up to the side. Nice stretch on the back of your leg. You might want to take 2 fingers and hold on to your big toe. And then bring it down in front of you. And we're going to side plank one more time when you're ready. And come down. And you've done very well. Let's roll over towards tabletop. Sway back and forth just a few times. And then settle back down in a child's pose. Leaving your hands where they are. Spread your fingers out. We're going to tuck our toes. And we're coming into down dog. Don't forget to put a little bend in your knees while you're here. We don't want to hyperextend the knees. And then I'm going to come forward into a regular plank for just a breath or two. Push back into down dog. Come forward into plank. Back into down dog. I think we're going to do 3 of these planks while we're here. We've done 2. And come forward into our last plank. And push back into down dog. And this time, stay in down dog. Slowly walk those feet towards your hands. And you're in a forward fold. Again, put some bend in your knees. Grab a hold of your elbows. And then put your hands on your feet. Come halfway up with a straight back. And then come all the way up. Raise the arms up. And come down into prayer pose. Okay. Turn around here. And just have a few standing poses here. And then wrap it up. We may go over the half hour. So this might be just a little longer practice. So when you're ready, bend your knees, come down into chair pose. Arms forward, fingers reaching toward the front. And then let's straighten the body up, arch the back. And come back into chair. And then arch, come up, and back down into chair. Bring your hands to heart center, and let's twist one time to the right. And back to the middle. Twist to the left. And back to the middle. And try to bring one heel off the floor. And then bring the other heel off the floor. And then come up out of child's pose, chair pose. Bring the hands up and bring them down to your side. And this is a good time to think about how your body is feeling. We're going to be entering Shavasana. And just take a few breaths in mountain pose. Hopefully you're feeling pretty good at this point. And then come down to your knees. And I'm going to grab my bolster. Now instead of a bolster, we're coming into Shavasana here. Instead of a bolster, you could have a blanket or a towel wrapped up. And if it's long enough, if it's not long enough, you might want to have your block, which I did not use, sitting there to hold your head. So my hips are at the end of the bolster, and then I'm going to lie down, and I am going to need that block for my head. So as you bring your arms to the side, you're going to open up that back. And I've still got my knees bent. And we're going to take a few breaths here in Shavasana before we wrap it up. And as we did at the beginning of our practice, follow the breath in and out. And bring your hands down to your side. You're going to push yourself back up off of that bolster or towel and come to an easy seated position on your mat. Okay, let's raise our arms up. Big inhale. Bring the palms together. And bring the hands down into prayer pose. Close the gaze. We're going to take a few more breaths in and out here. And again, let's pause after the inhale. And then exhale. And open your gaze. I hope you've enjoyed this gentle practice, mostly on the mat. Please join me again. Namaste.